Hey guys, I thought I'd pop on here today and talk about how I use music to regulate my body, my emotions. I've been a musician for over 30 years, and I find that the science behind the effect of sound and vibration on the human body is just fascinating. Hi, I'm Marcy, by the way. Thanks for stopping in. So I just thought I'd talk about this for a minute. I come at it from a kind of a unique angle as a basically lifelong musician and now a speech therapist. And my real heart project in life is learning more and more about the effects of sound and the sensory system and how those things work together to give us this full and rich interior and external life. So anyway, I thought I'd start with just some interesting facts about vibration and science and music, that is. One of them is that music and sound healing have been used for over a millennia. This has been a human thing. We have done this for forever. And also just the science, like this is obviously it's new science that's coming out more and more. And the science has proven that sound affects our brain waves, our nervous system, and even our cellular function. So it's really fascinating to read more and more about how they're using sound vibration to heal us, to affect our lives. And I hope that that technology continues to develop because what a great way to be healed is to listen to sounds or music. I'm talking about it kind of strictly from the sense of regulation today. And that's, your emotional regulation or how your body feels, that sort of thing. So let's talk a little bit about the ways that music can affect certain systems within the sensory integration area of your life. So the two main ones to me are the auditory and the vestibular systems. Auditory is like your hearing. Obviously you hear it, right? And when it goes into your ear, it vibrates the middle ear and it goes in. The messages turn into vibrations on the nerve that gets sent into the brain, and your brain then has to decipher it. So it runs through a nerve into your brain. With that, you need to also understand that your vestibular system lives in that same place. That same nerve carries those things into your brain, those input methods into your brain. So vestibular means movement or balance. So if you've ever had an ear infection and felt a little dizzy, or if you've ever had your balance off, right, that's actually the same area. So the vestibular system lives also kind of in the middle ear, and the eighth nerve carries it into the brain. So that's why rhythm and music seem to kind of affect one another. When you see those babies that just can't help themselves but move, that's that connection between the auditory and the vestibular system, that movement system. So the types of music that affect, right? So how can I use this knowledge, right? So if it affects my auditory and vestibular system directly, and therefore can actually affect your brain chemicals, believe it or not, it can actually bring up your dopamine, serotonin, like all of those happy chemicals. Those can happen during listening to music or even participating in music. Of course, participating in music. So types of music that can affect that nervous system. Well, you can use it kind of in a couple different ways, which come intuitively, I'm sure, to many of you. But there is music and sound that can be used for arousal, and I'm not saying that in an untoward way, but your body can get excitement from it, or movement from it, or inertia. Like there's that music you use for working out, and then there's the music you use for calming down. So you use music that's different for maybe sleeping, or healing frequencies, or spa music. And there's definitely a different feel to those different kinds of music. So it affects the nervous system in different ways, right? And then finally, let's talk about participation, right? So that's a big one. And I don't care if you feel like you can't hold a tune in a 10 bucket. It's more about doing the thing than it is about the perfection of the thing. I think everyone can make a joyful noise, and I think that it's important for your health to participate in that. But the science behind that, behind sing-alongs, is if you're singing along or even playing an instrument, the vibration affects your body when you are the one creating it. And so it encourages those happy chemicals in your brain. There's a different kind of oxygenation, especially with like choral singing or playing a wind instrument, something like that. There's a different type of oxygenation that's happening with your body. It's rhythmic, it's usually deeper, and so it makes you feel better all over. There's also the socialization aspect. Singing in groups has been proven to lift people, emotionally, spiritually, and just with that common connection, that community feeling. So yeah, join your local choir, like go to church and sing, whatever it is that helps you get connected to that. There's so many psychological benefits that are both social, emotional, and then there's the cognitive part, right? So the cognitive part is that the act of singing in a group or playing music, learning to play music, it actually helps connect both sides of your brain. Your music and your lyrics and the feelings that come with that often are a little more right brain. And all the language that you use and counting and rhythms and all that stuff that kind of you need to help with that, that's on the left side. So you're kind of connecting both sides of the brain. And there have been a lot of studies on how that affects our aging process. So I don't care if you feel like you're not a great musician, make music. There's something in that act that is really healing and healthy and great for you. So I hope that you'll take that information and run with it, and I'll see you at the local choir. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. And I hope I'll see you again on this channel for me, for Marcy, and for Voice and Vision. That's what I've decided to share is things in that realm. So come on back, like and subscribe. We'll see ya. Bye.